Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp. My name is Glen and today we're going to look at 10 of the games that are coming out in this next week on the Nintendo Switch. This week seems quite heavily weighted towards the back end, with a lot of the major releases coming out next Friday, including of course a major first party release from Nintendo, but we'll start in chronological order and work our way through. Okay, with all that said, let's get started. First up then, releasing on the 16th, we have Deep Diving Adventures, which is a first-person diving simulator. Now as far as I can see, this is actually the game Deep Diving Simulator, which was released on Steam, as well as its DLC, the Adventure Pack, bundled together. And it comes with a pre-order discount of 15% off, its regular price of £15.99 or your regional equivalent, bringing it down to about £13.50 for the time being. Now I haven't played many games of this type, although I did play one back on the Wii many years ago now. I think it was called Endless Ocean. I think it was the second one actually, Endless Ocean 2, which was a lovely, really quite relaxing game. And this one mentions that you'll be taking care of your oxygen level, as well as managing your position to avoid decompression sickness. You'll be hunting for various sunken objects, whilst trying to keep yourself safe from the various predators that live under the sea. Each successful dive will see you acquire new gear, which then unlocks new areas for you to explore. Also coming out on the 16th, we have Super Bit Blaster XL, which promises to be a throwback to the classic arcade games of the 80s. Having just watched the trailer, it seems to be most obviously inspired by Asteroids in terms of having to clear a screen of various different objects, and also mentions that it has inertia based movement as well as a constantly firing gun which you would need to replenish bullets for as you go along. It offers a multiplayer mode and seems to get the look just about right as well, and to be fair, it's only £3.19, so if you have any sort of nostalgia for such games, it may just fall into that impulse buy category. Next up then, on the 19th this time, we have Beyond Enemy Lines Essentials, which is a follow-up to Beyond Enemy Lines Covert Operations. This will cost you £8.99 and the content it includes is a new campaign with 4 missions set in a snowy region, 3 new single missions and some new weapons as well. Now Covert Operations is also available on the Switch, so if you've played that one you probably know what you're getting with this one, to be fair. And this one doesn't have quite as much content as that one, but obviously comes in at a cheaper price to compensate. Next, and again on the 19th, is a game called Factotum 90, which has been out on Steam and I think the PlayStation 4 and possibly the Vita as well for a little while now. The basic premise of this one is that your spaceship has crashed and the main power is down, and your only hope are 2 walker robots that have remained online that you can control to try and solve a number of environmental puzzles and try to get the power back up and allow you to escape. There are 30 decks to try and clear, and the main gameplay hook is that you can't control both robots at once, having to instead alternate between them to try and solve the problems. I don't know what it is about this one, but it seems to remind me of a game on the Nintendo 64 called Silicon Valley. The premises are very different. That one had you taking over robot animals, but for some reason it just gives me that vibe. From what I've seen, Steam scores seem average to decent, but it may be one to keep half an eye on at least. Moving on to the 20th then, and the big one for the week, this is Animal Crossing New Horizons, of course from Nintendo. Now I played huge amounts of Animal Crossing New Leaf back on the 3DS, and this one sees you move into a desert island, where Tom Nook will no doubt again try to take all of your bells in a variety of ways, as well as featuring activities that you would expect, such as fishing, gardening and of course decorating your home. This new game also includes a crafting system, with you collecting materials from the island to then create new furniture. You can also have more than one person sharing the island on the same system. I'm pretty sure that's the first for the series as well. I don't seem to remember being able to do that on the 3DS. It also has 8-player online play as well. I'm pretty sure this game will do incredibly well. In fact, it's already at number 1 on the Eshop chart page, despite the fact it's not even out yet. And I can see this one being a serious time sink for a lot of people.
Including recipes for crafting tools and furniture. Let's start by crafting an axe. We're going to need some materials. like branches and stones.
I'm going to bundle a couple of games in together now. This is La-Mulana 1 and 2, which are both being released on the 20th via NIS America. The first game's priced at around about £10, with the second one being about double that price, but to be fair, offering about double the content as well. Now these are both Metroidvanias, but they take a very old school approach. The difficulty level is incredibly high, the hints and clues as to what to do next are quite obscure and obtuse, and even the map is quite vague at times as well. Now having said all that, these are still very good games, and in fact I've just released a joint review of them on the channel, and I'll put the link to that in the top pinned comment. If you can get on board with what they were going for in terms of that old school approach, then you can have a lot of fun with these. And if you do pick them up, to be honest, I would say don't be afraid to get yourself online and find yourself a nice detailed map. It made the whole experience a lot more enjoyable for me anyway. Next game then, and an absolute classic, we have Doom 64, which of course came out for the Nintendo 64 back in 1997. I remember playing a huge amount of this game. In fact, I think I played more of this game than any of the other Dooms back in the day, as a friend of mine owned it. In fact, he traded in Killer Instinct Gold to get this game. What a great game that was too. I've got to say, fair play to them for pricing this one absolutely right. £3.99 or your regional equivalent is pretty much spot on for a game of this age, and I think it's about half the price they were asking for N64 games back on the Virtual Console on the Wii U. Plus I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that this one includes an extra mission on top of the content that you would have got from the game originally. I think this is another one that many people will be downloading, and it's another one that comes out on the 20th. The penultimate game then, and this is a game called Pooplers, which is a local multiplayer game offering team battle or PvP modes, and is based around the idea of babies pooping all over the floor. Yes, you heard that right. You can basically play as the babies, in which case you need to try and colour, shall we say, the floors, or you can play as the parent trying to put the babies back in their cot. Each team's babies will poop a different colour, and of course the team that covers the most floor wins. So this is basically Splatoon Diarrhea Edition. What a charming thought that is. At £8.09, and with a variety of local multiplayer modes, this one could be fun at a party, but with a 10-week-old son myself, I think I've seen enough of poop for the time being, thank you very much. The final game I'm going to cover for this week then is a game called Mist Hunter, which again comes out on the 20th and is a roguelite arena shooter. Featuring 7 arenas to play in and a magic based combat system, you'll be attempting to take down all players in short burst matches. Now bizarrely for such a game, this is one player only, with no mention of online play. With that said, it is fairly cheap, although it does still seem like they've missed a bit of a trick here. Nonetheless, it may be fun if these sort of games are your thing. That's it for this week then. There were a few other games releasing, but most of them were re-releases of games in compilation form or region-specific games such as RBI Baseball 20. Please do let us know which of these games, if any, you'll be picking up, and remember to leave a like on the video if you like what you've just seen. A quick thank you to our Patreons as always for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Wherever you are in the world, please do stay safe, take care, and happy gaming.